being with an African woman, she can understand you in certain situations where maybe other races won't understand you. Our African men will always be African men. When I like fufu corn, when I like achu, no, or you want to cook na fufu or achu.
What is the role of a woman in a society? Do you think that African women in this country, they value the African men as much as they are supposed to?
You want to split everything 50-50 and you expect that woman to be a woman. Obviously, she is somewhere like, okay, if you're splitting 50-50, that means I'm in my masculine maybe kind of thing, or it's like splitting bills with your friends.
From your own perspective, do you think a woman should spend on a man, and why? Guys, you're welcome to the first edition of Saukin Podcast in 2026, and this edition I'm with one pretty lady, Pretty Sharon. You're welcome to Saukin Podcast, Pretty Sharon.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling?
Thank you for having me. I feel good. I feel excited. And
we have a lot to talk about, Women's Day is coming up, so we're going to be talking a lot about women, the importance of a woman in a society. So you guys are welcome to the first edition of Saukin Podcast in 2026. Stay posted.
Saukin Podcast, the number one African podcast show in Cyprus.
All right, so welcome back, guys. And like as I was saying in the intro, we're going to be talking a lot about women because this podcast is about women. That is why I have a woman here with me. You have an event coming up. Let's talk about the event before we get into the question. Okay. So you have an event coming up. Can you tell us about this event first?
Well, this event is about women, and it's about me wanting to celebrate women. It's something I want to do from me as a sign, maybe let's say Thanksgiving, because God has been good in my life so far. So I want this to be a present to appreciate women and also to celebrate women, because it's not easy being a woman. I don't care what men say, but...
And it's easy, you think it's easy being a man?
I didn't say so, but I think a woman plays a lot of role when it comes to the society, from bringing up the kids and handling herself as a woman, as a mother, and also taking care of you guys, though you never accept it, but we have a lot of role to play in the society as women. So I just felt like I just want to celebrate us as women. That's why I decided to come up with this idea to, have we like us.
So if I understand, is it like just a women coming together kind of event, or what is it exactly?
It's about us women and us having a break from the usual, life, like every day and work and maybe kids and maybe family and husbands. Just us forgetting that we are women for one day and have fun. And also for the men to also support us and let us have fun, especially for the married ladies. I think it's a day where the men should let the women feel free and express themselves and get some of the load that comes with being a woman off. So I just feel it's both ways, because I say woman run to home. Once your woman is happy, I'm sure your home will be happy. So
can you remind me the event date and the location, the price, which city and all that?
Yeah, it's in Nicosia at Duplex nightclub. So it's starting 11 o'clock. And
which 11 o'clock night?
11 p.m. to be precise. Don't mind South King. It's starting 11 p.m. to dawn, and the tickets will be sold for €10. And for the women, this is something from me. I'm giving free drinks with a ticket for the women, and also I'll be giving cash prize for the 3 best dressed ladies. This is something coming from me as well that I want to appreciate. I wish I could do more, but this is what I can do for now to encourage the women, to appreciate them for being us and dealing with everything that has to do with us. So, yeah.
So you said if I get it well, it's in Nicosia.
Yes.
Which date?
On the 7th of March, that's on a Saturday, breaking Sunday. That's the Eve of Women's Day. Yeah.
Why the Eve of Women's Day? Why not on the Women's Day itself, since it's a Women's Day?
Well, because you know where we are. Some of us have work, some of us have our families to take care of. So I decided to put it on Saturday so we could all rest on a Sunday and go about our daily activities the new week. So I think Saturday, it's good. So it's breaking Women's Day, so it's still Women's Day.
Okay, so are men invited as well?
Of course, men are invited. You're the one that are coming to maybe make us feel special and appreciate us for being good women. That's for the good women.
Guys, don't forget it's in Nicosia on the 7th of March from 11 p.m., 10 euros. And then girls are being given what? Prize?
Free drinks, and prize will be given to the 3 best dressed ladies for that night.
Anyway, I don't know about you. It sounds like something that a guy wants to be there, so I'll be there,
Yeah.
of course, myself.
You should be there and try to make your ladies look good. Make your lady own up and say,
Wait. Let me ask you another question. Can you come with your girl, or just for single people to come?
It's for everybody, for single people, for married people, for people that are in relationships. It's for everybody. It's just all about women. And for sure, if you're a guy that likes a woman, you can come there and maybe get the love of your life. If you're married, you can come with your wife. So
I like
it's
when you talk about single guys who can just come there, just for like, you're talking to.
No, I'm not
someone
saying
like
like I'm giving out girls or anything. I'm just saying you never know. You could meet your missing rib anywhere. So maybe you can meet her that night.
Yeah,
You
I hope
never
I'll
know.
meet her that night. I never know.
Hopefully.
Anyways, yeah. So guys, come out on the 7th of March.
I'll be expecting you guys, and your presence will be most welcome. And also, there's something I want to add, South King. I know the difficulties some of us are going on here, especially when it comes to the lawyers in our cases. If you need a good lawyer that you can be sure of that she's, she knows her job, she has sympathy, she's there, she can be there for you anytime. She's very, very, very trustworthy. You can come and I would link you to her so she can handle your case. It doesn't matter if you have a reject or maybe your file is not open or anything. Just contact me and I will sure link you to her. So I'm sure she'll do a good job with your case.
Talking Podcast, the #1 African podcast show in Cyprus.
What is the role of a woman in a society? Because before you answer, if I wasn't a Christian, I would not believe when the Bible said God created man and man was bored or something like that. Then he created woman. I wouldn't believe that woman is that important, because a man was in the garden, he had fruit, he didn't have to cook, he didn't have to work, he was naked, he didn't have to wash his clothes. And the Bible is saying God created man because the man was sad, and God created woman because the man was sad and gave the woman to the man. Well, so it shows that even God says that women are important, but still, I just want you to say, from a woman's perspective, what is the role of a woman in a society? I mean, especially in the context of us Africans in Cyprus. So what is the role of an African lady in Cyprus, in the community?
When you're talking about Cyprus, first of all, we all know is a place where we barely have time for ourselves, like personally, individually, being it a man or a woman. All we do is work most of the times and home. And talking from my own personal experience, I think Cyprus has built me up in a very good way. Because, like, I can say before, when I was in Cameroon, I'd never worked a day in my life. I only started working when I came to Cyprus. So Cyprus built me up to be a mother, to be independent, to be responsible, I can say.
So what I want to ask is, now, in the community, in the African community, do you think that African ladies play a role, or because I'm just saying, so like thinking like in terms of if there were no African girls in Cyprus, do you think it will affect the morals of African guys here?
Of
Because I'm just trying to
course.
find out the importance of the African woman in the community in Cyprus.
Yes, it's very important, especially when it comes to our African men. You understand? Our African men will always be African men. When I like fufu corn, when I like achu, no, or you want to cook na fufu or achu or anything. And aside that, when you come from the same place with a lady or a guy, you find it easy to understand yourself, to go about your
Yeah,
daily
but still, I'm
activities.
still asking you, what is the importance of this African? Because it's
It's
Women
it's
Day,
it's
so
very
want
simple,
want to
King.
feel want
It's
to.
very simple. They always say that if you have a good woman and your woman is happy, obviously your home is happy. So if you're a man that you're looking maybe to settle down and have a home, if you find a good African woman that can understand you, and you guys can grow together, I feel like your home will be happy, because the most important thing about life is finding happiness. It doesn't matter with who or with whom or where the person is from, but I feel like our African men, especially our Cameroonian men, they like what they like. I'm sorry, but they like what they like. So some person go to crave achu and all that. Not every European woman can prepare that sort of meal,
So
though they are learning every day. And when it comes to children, bringing up your child in the African way, in the African mentality, it's very much important, especially when it comes to an African man. Because no matter what, we always like to stick to our culture. And again, being with an African woman, she can understand you in certain situations where maybe other races won't understand you. That's one of the advantage to having an African woman by your side as an African man. I'm not saying you cannot date a
no, no,
white
no, no.
girl
We
or
understand that.
anything
We're
of that
just
sort.
talking
Yeah,
to about the community and the role
yeah.
of a woman in the community. So let's proceed. You spoke of if you have a good woman, it's an advantage for the man. Is it easy to get a good woman? And what is a good woman to you to begin with?
For me, a good woman is someone that understands you,
In what
that
way?
every way, basically. From when you're angry, when you speak, she can know that, okay, my man is upset. Like from what you like to eat when it comes to African dishes, and the way he wants you to look or whatever. I think African women, they are very easy to be submissive. You understand? Depending on
In this
how you treat
Cyprus,
them. Yes.
in this same Cyprus,
Of
guys, you
course.
believe that?
Yes.
Or
Depending on how you treat
you're
them.
just
And
supporting your girls, Sharon.
no, it's not like that. You understand. The thing about most of us when we come out here is some people just come, and I don't know what to say. Maybe the men, they get confused. They don't actually know what they want, because maybe they're in a new society. They're having a new experience. They are confused about what they want and what they do not want. So I think this is 80% affecting most of our guys here in Cyprus when it
So
comes to
the
especially
way
Cameroonian
girls
guys.
behave is due to how guys think, or what? What do you mean?
Well, I'll talk about that on a personal level. You understand? About me, I'm someone that I'm always full of energy. And if I feel like if you give me 100% energy, I can double that energy. You understand? But if I feel in any way that you're trying to be playful, or I just, I just go
Anyway,
cold.
don't get me confused. Because who is a good woman? That's what I want you to
A good
answer.
woman is someone that understands you, that's someone that is willing to, be with you no matter the situation, someone that can maybe help you in certain situation. It depends on the kind of woman you're dating, because if you're dating a woman that, okay, she's hardworking, she's financial, I cannot say financially stable, but she can sort out some one or two things or help you in some certain levels. I believe our African ladies, 100%, they do support the men. Like they can give you 100% support. So this is what we are looking at when it comes to an African lady, or when it comes to being a woman. And talking about children, yeah, I think the way we grow up our children, yeah, we bring them up in such a way they understand. If you have, your kid knows you have. I'm talking on a personal level. If you don't have, she understands she have. Because sometimes when my daughter asks me like, mommy, I want chocolate. I'm like, baby, I don't have money for chocolate at the moment. She says, okay. I say, okay, don't worry, I'll get it for you on the weekend. She'll say, okay. So I don't know if it's same with other mothers, but for me, she understands me.
Okay, so I want to ask you this also. Do you think that African women in this country, they value the African men as much as they are supposed to? Do you think like they really genuinely care about how happy they can make a man be? Because before you answer that, I'll just say this, that a lot of people are saying in Europe and in Cyprus in particular, when girls have documents, they don't want to pass it over to a man. So I feel like when a man has document, he's so, okay to pass it to a woman. So so I just feel like there is this certain, bias against our African women against our own African men. Like I feel like they don't value the men a lot. What do you have to say about that?
What I have to say, I don't think that's true. You understand? Let's take for instance the way you African men you treat maybe other races aside African ladies. The way you treat them is different from the way you treat us. That's 100%. I'm not going
Different how?
to. I don't know. Like you guys feel like we are strong enough to handle whatever bullshit you guys have to offer because
But that is a woman.
that's a woman, but you don't. Not that a woman can handle bullshit. Don't
A
think
woman
that's a woman.
should.
Calm down. Don't mean. What do you mean a woman should?
Yes,
handle
a
bullshit?
woman should, because like if we go back to the Bible, a woman is supposed to support a man. So God created a woman as a man's helper.
A woman is supposed to support the man doesn't mean that the man should go outside and cheat and come back and expect.
That is something
And-
different. When we're talking, I'm talking in terms of like maybe helping him in terms of like supporting, like in moral support, physical, not like accepting some funny
For
stuff.
me, what I feel is if a man can give you, because firstly, all this I think is based on trust. Believe me, if a woman is able to trust you enough, she'll be able to do everything and anything for you. That's a woman. We are normally soft-hearted people, but just life has its own way of maybe playing with us or experience or whatever. I don't know, but I feel like if a woman is able to trust you, she'll give you that 100% of everything, being it the care, being it the love, being it whatever.
So what are you saying? Are African ladies in this country, what was I even saying? Do they value the African men to the right point?
Of course, we value our African men, but
What
the thing
what
is,
is the proof that you value the African men?
I don't know, but the thing is, you African men, this should be the question: do you value us African ladies
See,
enough for us to value
see
you
what
guys?
Sharon is doing. I'm asking you a question, you're not answering, and then you're putting it on us. Like
I be
how
Cameroonian,
how
no?
should we
So
be?
the continent, we know the answer question directly. We answer question or question. You know, 10 minutes, I don't know. So, guys, like I was saying to South King, if you give your lady that, you make her trust you that much, she's sure that, okay, if someone comes to say my man is somewhere doing something, she'll be able to say no.
Why do you
My
always
man
think
cannot
about
do
cheating
this.
when it comes to a woman
Because-
supporting a man?
Because this thing it has it's something about us ladies.
What about supporting him in his business, in his dream, in his mental health, in
If
his
you merit it, darling, you get it. If you merit it, you get it. You cannot just it's the same way. Let me speak in pidgin, in a language where all of us will understand. You cannot just be with a woman and you feel like, okay, let me just come because you feel 1 week, 2 weeks, you're trying to maybe ask her out or anything and you're putting in your all. And after 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, you change to whatever what she didn't think you would be, and you're expecting her to stay and give you the same energy. It doesn't work that way.
Okay, I think I'm not gonna get the exact answer I was expecting, but let's move on. Now, what do you think about these feminists? Because I've noticed, like, in Africa we have the way we our society is built, like the man leads. In Europe, it's a little different in terms of like women are more like almost or equal to men in everything actually. So what do you think about some of these girls who feel like they're equal to men and the situation of 50-50, like sharing and stuff with a man?
Firstly, for me, 50-50 is not a thing. If you're my man, you're my man. You should be able to maybe handle your responsibilities as a man. And when it comes to being a feminist, I think you men, you have like 60% contribution to us ladies wanting to be a feminist, because you cannot come into a woman's life and you guys, maybe you're getting into something serious, you don't want to do what a man is supposed to do, you want to split everything 50-50, and you expect that woman to be a woman. Obviously she is somewhere like, okay, if you're splitting 50-50, that means I'm in my masculine maybe kind of thing, or it's like splitting bills with your friends. She's looking at you like, okay, this is my friend, and you don't expect her to behave like, okay, you're my man or something. I'm telling you guys, if you treat your woman nicely, if you do what you're supposed to do as a man, she'll be in her all feminine mood, and she'll be like, okay, someone will say, I want to buy this hair, I'll tell my man, she'll buy it for me. It's not the one that will say, okay, I want to buy this hair, I'll have to work, and at the end of the month, I'll take 50% out of my salary, I'll buy my hair, and I'll still take the 50%, I'll pay the bills and whatever with you, and you expect me to be all that feminine and all that. It doesn't work that way. You understand? Right from the beginning, as you said, God created Adam and decided to remove one ribs from Adam and create Eve. So
the thing is, why when it comes to money, right? The man is the leader, but when it comes to other things, the man is not the leader.
Well,
from the complaint I've been hearing about a lot of guys in this country is that girls are really so stubborn. Like they don't want to listen, they want to have that independence in terms of making a lot of decisions for themselves. But when it comes to money, they don't want to have that independence.
I feel like the only time a woman will want to make a decision for herself is when a man is not doing what a man is supposed to do as a man.
So let's say a man is doing everything. Do you want or no? Because I saw a post, a guy said, if I'm the one doing everything financially, I will control you. What do you have to say with that?
That's it. If my man is able to take care of me, let's say, okay,
just doing the taking care so he can control the woman as he wants.
It's not just about taking care financially. It's about taking care emotionally. It's about taking care sexually. Let me say that a little bit.
Yeah. So everything, let's just say everything is okay. So
a man that can say that wants to control a woman has to be able to take care of that woman financially,
so the question
emotionally, mentally,
sexually, like you said. So now the question is, so when he does that, he has the right to control the woman.
I didn't say when he's able to take care of her sexually. I did say emotionally, sexually.
Yeah, but that's sexual.
Mentally, when it comes to monetary, he has to be able to take full responsibility.
Yes, he does all the full
a man.
Responsibility, Sharon. Does he have the right? Because the guy post was if I'm taking care, if you're not doing 50-50 with me and I'm taking care, and then I have to control you.
No, you cannot say control.
Why not?
You understand? Control is like someone is your puppet and you want to say go here and go here and go there. It's like this. A gentleman should know, okay, babe, I want you to do this for me. I want you to do that. I want to discuss this thing with this person, And being me as a woman, if you bring something on my table and you say, babe, maybe I want you to do this, or baby, maybe I want to go into this business, or baby, maybe, okay, I'll tell you, babe. Okay, if you want me to do cornrows on my hair, I'll say, babe, see, this cornrows, so my head is not very nice. You understand? I'll put it to you nicely, depending on how you bring it to me. You understand? Because the majority problem we have here is most men, especially African men, they don't know how to communicate to their ladies. They don't know how to be nice to their ladies. They want to be all authoritative and blah blah. And a woman normally is a soft being. If you come to her with something in a nice kind of mood and you're like, babe, see this your hair, maybe it's too expensive for me to do it every month, or I want you to be doing cornrows, and she'll be like, babe, maybe if I do this cornrows it's not going to fit on my hair or something, let's work out something, maybe I can do maybe braids or something. You guys talk. It's not like you just come and say, babe, go and do cornrows because I don't have money to. It doesn't work that way.
I get it.
Yeah.
At least for that one, you make some sense. So now I want to ask you, because we have to wrap up the podcast. Should, you know me, I hate selfish girls. So I want to ask you, should a woman spend on a man?
Of course, why not?
So why is it so difficult for a lot of girls to do that? Like,
I don't know, maybe it's just them. Some people are naturally stingy. Some women are naturally stingy.
Some women, we're talking about the majority, because, you know, I have a lot of conversations with men, and a lot of guys, they complain, like, you know, for example, it's her birthday, I spend, it's my birthday, I spend, it's always like the guy has to do everything, and she's working, they both are working. So let's not even go to judge these ladies, but I just want to know, from your own perspective, do you think a woman should spend on a man, and why?
Firstly, I would say it just depends. You understand, on standards, you set for yourself as a guy or as a lady. Do you understand? If you're the kind of guy that is expecting, that you're not giving, but you're expecting to receive, it doesn't work that way. You understand? And again, does that woman love you? Does that woman like you? Because when a woman likes you or she loves you, those things come naturally. You don't even have to ask for
there's
it.
this saying that says, did I even say in English or Pidgin? Play woman, they spend money now, they had day. So
yeah. So one thing, you have to be sure, this girl, does she like me? Does she love me? Why? Okay. Because there is some of like some guys here, you cannot go and give any kind of random girl 100 euros. Yeah, but if you like this girl, you're willing to spend 500 euros. You're willing to spend 1,000 euros. It's the same thing for a lady.
So guys, you guys have heard, if you have a girl, she's not spending on you, that girl does not love you. Don't even go and check it. You heard it from a woman.
Well, it also depends if that girl has the access, or
depends?
that girl is working or something.
Yeah, but we're talking a situation where she's working.
Okay.
You heard it from her, from a lady, so nobody find answer from a different side.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've come to the end of this first podcast in 2026. This is just the tips of a lot of stuff coming up, you know what I'm saying? This podcast was mainly to talk about the event coming, but we just had to have some few other discussions. So remind us again about the date of your event.
Well, it's on the 7th of March, breaking the 8th, which is the official Women's Day. And again, I'll be giving a cash prize for the 3 best ladies. And you guys, you're welcome. If your woman wants to spend on you, it's because you deserve it. If you feel that you want to spend on her, it's because you need to spend on her. So guys, let your women go out and have fun. We deserve it. This country it's hard. You know, give us that space. Give the women space to have fun and go crazy for a day. It's necessary. I'm talking about it from a single lady side and a mother. And for those that are married, please, your husband should either come with you or give you money to go and buy a bottle of whiskey and drink with your fellow women. So with that being said, South King, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, let's have a toast, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
This is what, February, yeah? January, we're in February. February. So it's still New Year. Happy New Year, Sharon.
Happy New Year, King.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, guys. Thank
see
you
you
so much.
at the next episode, and let's continue the podcast in the comment section. Bye bye.
Thank you all.